What's up, strangers? It's your guy, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing another top 5 ranking video. And we're going to be doing the same topic I did quite a long time ago, which is the top 5 best utilities in this game. Now, the reason I'm doing another one is because many of the utilities that were once very good in the days have been changed, and mainly I decided to do one to help the other players, the newer ones, in this new era of this game. Coming into our number 5 spot is sadly the candy cane. On the last utility video, or the utility video I made, I basically announced that the Candy Cane was literally the #1 spot because it gave you 150 HP, but especially the temporary speed boost for 5 seconds. Basically giving you faster than the speed of light speed and basically giving you 150 HP. That was why it was the best, really. But now it just gives you 50 HP and the speed of light, and that's practically it. And the reason I don't use it anymore was because, well, back then it was super useful for speed armor people because they could just consume it and instantly be out of the horde they were just being consumed by. This isn't as good as it used to be anymore because it doesn't give you much HP, but more or less is just a fast way to get out of situations. Would I consider it? Not really, but if you are considering buying it, then I mean, if you like speed, then go for it. If you don't really and you want something that will actually keep you alive way longer, then these other four will sure help you out. Coming into the number 4 spot on this list is the soda, or whatever you want to call it, really. The soda back then was a typically very useful consumable, or utility as you could say, because once you consumed it as you could say, you basically got infinite stamina, aka infinite speed boost, for about 10 seconds I would say, and just about 30 HP. So very useful for when you basically have nothing else, really. But now they actually buffed it to where you can actually consume it twice, or more or less drink it twice. And each sip actually gives you, of course, infinite stamina boost for like 10 seconds. And it does give you a small amount of HP, like 10 this time, and not like how much it used to be. But that doesn't matter when you can basically use this when you're about to get killed by a chiller, aka stop by a chiller, hunter, tangler, and especially the juggernaut. You do not want to spend any more other time with that motherfucker. And more or less, once you have this soda, you're gonna feel like you always have a backup plan. If you get this from a medkit station, nice. If you want to buy it, then also nice because it's only a few hundred gold coins, and plus it's obviously gold coins, so it's not actually diamond or any Robux, which are technically kind of the same thing. So if you're wanting to buy it, then sure, obviously go for it. I mean, it's very, very useful. Coming into the number 3 spot is the pipe bomb. Now, I was considering putting I don't know why I said putting, but I was considering putting this on the number 2 spot at the most. But I just didn't really see how it could be more useful than the number 2 spot, and more or less, I just had to put it on the number 3. This pipe bomb is extremely good, plus it's also one of the best, actually, it probably is one of the best utilities in the game. This pipe bomb attracts all nearby zombies within a few meters or something. I don't know about these distances. And basically pulls them in and blows them all up with a total of like 500 damage. Against every single zombie, the shaman, I don't know about the banshee, I think maybe, and the juggernaut can withstand that blast. And more or less also the inferno as well. Now, this pipe bomb is a few hundred diamonds if you want to purchase it. But, the cool thing about it is, of course, you get it from the medkit station like all the other consumables. But the other better thing is that if you actually join the survival group, which you should, you can actually get an extra utility, aka a pipe bomb, for free and put it in your deck, or necessarily in your inventory. Now, what's it called? If you have a utility, like let's say for the soda, and you join the community group, you will also have the pipe bomb next to it. So you will have 2 utilities in a game, which is extremely useful and powerful because, I mean, who doesn't want a free escape from the zombies, and also another utility that is very useful to you. So if you're ever thinking about getting this, first join the community and you get it for free, basically. Coming into the number 2 spot is the pumpkin pie. a long time ago, or I'm not even too sure if I put it in the video. I'm pretty sure not, maybe. The pumpkin pie is still one of the best weapons, or utilities, you could say. The pumpkin pie back then, I think it gave you like 200 or something like that HP, which is just absolutely insanely powerful. If you had Juggernaut armor, this was literally a free medkit. Nowadays, it restores 90% of your health, which is more or less just 90 HP in my opinion. And more or less, this is one of the best utilities in the game, and the only way to unlock it was of course playing the events back then. If you don't have it, then obviously go for the soda or candy cane or the #1 spot. But the candy cane, or basically, I don't know why I called it that, the pumpkin pie gives you 90 HP and is more or less an instant medkit in most cases. If you ever lose a crap ton of health, just pull it out and consume it in 1 second and you're basically back in the game immediately. It is super useful against chillers, hunters, juggernauts especially when you're about to die most of the time. And more or less, if you have this in your inventory and you're not using it, it's more or less because you're either #1, not using it because it's too powerful, #2, haven't realized it's this strong, or #3, you're just weird. No offense. But either way, I didn't use it back then because I was specifically retarded back then, but more or less, this is one of the best utilities you should use. And now finally, the MVP, the medkit, which I'm pretty sure some of you guys were guessing. The medkit received a massive buff this day and age, if you ask me. The medkit back then, aka before update, whatever the hell it's called, basically allowed you to only use it once and heal all the way to your max. Doesn't matter if you only used 1 damage of your health, or you were at the very lowest health of your health. And it would basically restore you back to the maximum amount of HP, specifically amazing on Juggernaut armor. Now, it's even stronger. How? You can use it as many times as you want. It has like a range of like 350 or something like that HP. So if you're using armor like speed armor, it's super overpowered. Because all you have to do is just use a few percentage of it, put it away, and next time you get damaged, even by just a little bit, like 10 damage, you could just pop it out and just use it, and you will instantly go back to your max health. And what's amazing about this is that once you use it, you can continue to use it on other teammates. So you can use it on one teammate, and you can use it on the other teammate until eventually you run out, or you, well, more or less just want to use it for all yourself. What I do is more or less use the most for myself. And then after some time, if there's any other survivors who've used theirs already or don't even know what the medkit station is, I use it on them because, it's always a good thing to do. And more or less, the medkit is extremely powerful because you get to use it so many times without running out, unless you were to run out of that